Welcome back, everyone. Okay, copy trading. It sounds like the dream, right? The ultimate financial shortcut. Mirror the pros, make money, no experience needed. That's the promise anyway. Today, we're doing a deep dive into ZuluTrade. They're one of the real pioneers here. Launched way back in 2007. Now they're under a company called Finvea. But the big question is, what's the real story with this platform? Is it structurally legitimate or, fundamentally too risky?
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to nail down. There's just so much conflicting information out there. It operates globally, integrates with MT4, MT5, all the big systems. It claims to be this solid bridge connecting novices to expert traders. But, well, our sources suggest maybe that bridge is a bit shaky. Still under construction? Maybe.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. The structure.
Hmm.
Does it actually deliver on that core promise, copying trades? And is it, legitimate on paper?
Well, yes, it does deliver the core function. You can copy trades. And structurally, it has legitimacy. It's regulated. In Greece, by the Hellenic Capital Markets Commission, and in Japan, through the JIAA.
Okay, so regulatory boxes ticked in some key places. That sounds like a solid foundation.
It sounds like it. But this is where the tension really comes in. The user reality seems totally disconnected from that regulatory stamp. User experiences are just, well, deeply polarized. It's kind of shocking.
Polarized how?
Look at Trustpilot. The raw data, half, literally half of all reviewers give ZuluTrade a 1-star rating.
Wow, half. 1 star.
Yeah.
How does a platform even operate with that kind of feedback, especially a regulated one?
It's a huge red flag, right?
Yeah.
And the complaints aren't just, I lost money. They point to potential systemic failures. You can sort of group them. First, you've got technical glitches, lots of them.
Like what specifically?
Trades being missed entirely, or delayed execution, which in trading can be disastrous. Dashboards not syncing up properly. Imagine thinking your account is fine, but the data is wrong.
Okay, that's bad. What else?
Then there's the trust failure bucket. Maybe even worse. We found reports across different sources like Trustpilot and Reddit saying trades were opened or closed without the user actually doing it.
Without consent.
Yeah. Orders not executing when they should have.
Yeah.
Positions stuck open, not closing.
And getting help.
Often support requests just went unanswered, vanished into the ether. That's a common thread.
So technical chaos and unresponsive support doesn't sound great.
And this isn't just recent noise. This pattern seems linked to their history of, let's call them oversight lapses, regulatory troubles. You have to look at the 2016 NFA complaint in the U.S., the National Futures Association.
Right. They regulate futures trading. What did they find?
Serious stuff. Failure to maintain the required net capital. That's fundamental. Also, inadequate anti-money laundering controls. And critically, failure to properly supervise their own agents.
That's not just a slap on the wrist. Those are like core operational failings.
Absolutely. And it wasn't isolated. They'd previously had run-ins with the CFTC, another big U.S. regulator, and even OFAC, the sanctions people, about compliance issues, including apparently helping clients in sanctioned countries trade. High-stakes mistakes.
Okay, so a history there. But they must have something to manage risk, right? I read about ZuluGuard.
Ah, yes, ZuluGuard. It's their attempt at risk mitigation, an automated feature. The idea is it automatically uncopies a trader, a signal leader, if their strategy goes way off the rails or they hit certain loss limits. A circuit breaker, basically.
Sounds sensible. Does it work?
Well, that's the fascinating part. The user feedback on that specific feature is also pretty critical. People claim it reacts way too slowly. By the time it kicks in, significant damage might already be done.
So the safety net itself might not be reliable. It gives a false sense of security.
Sometimes fails to detect the really harmful behavior in time. That's what users are saying. So yes, potentially a false sense of security.
So pulling it all together, what's the verdict from the sources? Is it legit? Is it a scam? Is it just risky?
I think aggressively risky sums it up. It is a legitimate platform, technically. It has those regulations, some structural strengths. But it seems designed around, edge cases.
Yeah.
Volatile timing. The high-risk end of copy trading.
Yeah.
It operates right on the edge.
Okay, so for anyone listening, we're intrigued by copy trading. What are the clear takeaways here? If you're considering ZuluTrade or something similar, what do you absolutely need to keep in mind?
Right, the actionable advice. First, and this is paramount, only use capital you are genuinely, absolutely okay with losing. Don't invest your rent money or anything critical. Treat it like speculation, high-risk speculation.
Okay, rule 1, risk capital only. What else?
Second, do your homework on the traders you copy. Pick signal providers with long, consistent track records, not just someone who had one amazing month.
Avoid those flash-in-the-pan types.
Exactly. They're often the riskiest. Look for steady performance over time if you can find it.
Got it. Consistent track records. And third,
And maybe the most important, monitor everything manually, all the time.
don't just set it and forget it.
Never. Don't ever assume the automation means you can take your eye off the ball. Check your trades, check your account balance, stay involved. It's still your money. Automation doesn't remove your responsibility.
Risk capital, vet traders carefully, monitor manually. Crystal clear.
Yeah. And given that whole history we talked about, the glitches, the regulatory warnings, the user complaints, it leaves you with a pretty important final thought. What does it actually take for one of these complex automated financial platforms to really truly earn the label trustworthy, especially when things get volatile, which they always do in markets?
Something to definitely think about before you connect your capital to any automated system. Thanks for that deep dive.
Glad to be here.